Scene 1, Take 1, My True Barbarian Tale. How I got into the movie Conan the Barbarian. I arrived in Madrid in 1982. I had 3 days worth of money for food, hotel, and a one-way ticket back to Aspen if I didn't get hired within the 3 days for this movie, Conan the Barbarian. I had with me a sheet of paper from Sorallo. She was the secretary of John Milius, who wrote the script and was directing the movie. And all the letters said that even though we're taking only 7 Americans, we will look at you if you arrived in Spain, and if you wanted to be a massage therapist for the movie, you have to audition. So I arrived at this hotel, a 23-story hotel, which housed the cast and crew of the movie. When I checked in hoping to get a room, they said, sorry, the places are full. So I went to a nearby hotel, checked in my bags, went back to the hotel, and sat in the hotel lobby. When I saw Arnold walk in at about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, he had just finished filming the orgy scene. And when he saw me in the lobby, he looked at his watch and he said, "We work out in an hour." It was heaven to my ears, because the reason I even went to be in this movie was to be totally close to him, work out with him, be with him, and that's what I did for the next 5 months. Before I got hired, I'd like to relate how I did. So now I'm in a little gym that evening with Arnold and Sandal Bergman, the female lead. And in that little gym, I started training. Arnold was training. Sandal asked, who was this guy? And Arnold said, this is a guy from Aspen, Colorado. He wants to be hired as a massage therapist for the film. So she came right over to me and she said she'd been climbing a tower for 3 days, and would I help work on her back? So I laid her out on a massage table, on a weight bench that was there, used as the massage table, and I worked on her back. I'm really good as a massage therapist. So I helped her out and then finished working out and went on my way, bid Arnold good night, Sandal good night, went on my way to my hotel room. The next day, I went to the hotel again, and I sought the producer, Buzz Fleischen, who was in the Conan Barbarian office that was in the hotel. And I went up to him and I said, hey, I'm Conan. I would like to be the massage therapist for the film. And he said, okay, give me a massage. So we cleared his desk, and I worked on him on top of his desk, and then I bid him farewell, and off I went, and off he went. Now, this is the third day. The third day I'm there, I'm getting desperate, because this was my final day. Nobody's talked to me. Nobody's paid attention to me. They're all too busy doing the filming out there. Everybody's cast and crew are heading out in the morning, and they come back in the evening time. So consequently, I'm desperate. I'm sitting in the restaurant of the hotel that I was in. I mean, that were housing the cast and crew, and I was sitting next to a booth of 3 women that were talking English. Now, I did know Spanish, but it was so cool to hear 3 women talking in English. And I got up from my booth and I got in front of them. I said, "Hi, my name is Conan. I'm trying to be in this film, and I want to earn extra money so I could stay a little longer to see if I could still be hired." And they looked up at me, and one lady said, "You're Conan." I said, "Yes." She says, "You're the talk of the set." I go, "What?" She said, "Sandal came back from your little massage, and she said, hire this guy." Now, at this time, I had no clue this was happening. Nobody had ever talked to me. So I was talking to the director's wife, and sitting next to her was the set designer, Ron Cobb's wife, and sitting next to her was Jerry Lopez's girlfriend. Now, Camilla, John Milius' wife, said, "I want you to come up tonight and work on John." That evening, I'm up in the director's room apartment, and I laid him out, and I worked on this bear of a guy. He's like a Ernest Hemingway kind of a guy, big, bullish kind of guy. And I really worked on him. And then that next morning, I get a call from the three women saying, we're picking you up, we're taking you to the set where you're going to have lunch with Arnold and Milius and be introduced to Raffaella de Laurentiis, and onward you are hired. So the next morning I get picked up in a taxi cab. I'm sitting in a taxi cab with these three women. We drive into a large Spanish military base, which housed the tower, the interior of the king's castle, and I went instantly to a tent where they were serving Arnold, Milius, and I steak and wine. It was a lunch break. And in that conversation, Arnold talked about how his first million was the hardest to make, and that he was considering writing a book on conquering. Now from there, I'm going to conclude this little session because I'm incredibly awed by the fact that I'm sitting with these two having lunch with wine and steak and lavish food, ready to go on the set, be introduced to Raffaella de Laurentiis, and continue on with my adventure, my true barbarian tale. This is Conan Angelo. This is Conan Stories on YouTube, Conan Treasure on Facebook.